As I'm sure all of you know, Shane Dawson has been in the news lately. Sorry, I meant Walmart Shane Dawson. Okay, seriously, now that the obligatory Dream jokes are out of the way, I'm sure everyone who clicked on this video knows about the Minecraft YouTuber Dream and what he's being accused of. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I can't even go on Twitter anymore without seeing updates on this story. But in the unlikely case you don't know what Dream is being accused of, let's do a quick rundown, alright? The first major allegation thrown at Dream was him having an inappropriate relationship with an underage fan. Now that alone is pretty career-ending. I mean, it's happened to EDP.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
But the level of the allegations only grew, and Dream was accused of many more things, like being a pedophile, grooming fans, sexting minors, and giving alcohol to someone underage. Those are just some of the charges that have been levied at Dream. And quite frankly, it's kind of baffling at this point just how much more information is coming out daily with a new crime he supposedly committed. But in my humble opinion, almost none of these claims hold any ground due to there being little to no proof for any of them. So if you want to be informed on the situation, stay off Twitter and watch this video in its entirety, because I'm going to explain everything I've learned about these allegations. But before we get to the allegations, we have to talk about the root of the issue, kind of the kernel to this popcorn ball of problems, and what I think caused the situation to spiral into what it is today. Dream's extremely toxic fan base and his sea of haters. Now, Dream hasn't always had the reputation or fan base that he currently has, because back in the day, Dream just used to be a regular guy, held up to regular standards. But as his popularity grew, so did his fans' expectations of him. This was mostly due to Dream feeding into a parasocial relationship with them. I believe this parasocial relationship caused their admiration for Dream to grow every time he embraced them, and in their eyes, Dream just couldn't be a normal guy anymore. I mean, as normal as a Minecraft YouTuber that compares his fans to kittens can get, but anyway, he tried to be a beacon for all of his fans to rally behind, and whenever he would do something edgy or dumb, they would hound him for it. The best example of this I can show you is from a TwitLonger Dream posted about the many controversies he had been in at the time of it. We will only be looking at 2 of the examples on this list because we have a lot to cover in this video, and most, if not all of them, are laughably stupid. One thing Dream apologizes for in this TwitLonger is him doing an Indian war cry. Carlos, roll the clip.
Light it. Go, get up, get up. Viva la resistance, let's go!
Let me preface this by saying Dream did nothing wrong in this video other than committing active terrorism in a video game. But seeing as his fans are 12-year-olds and Twitter has a bunch of SJWs, they accused him of culturally appropriating a war cry, and they attacked him on Twitter for it. This is his response. During an SMP live-streamed battle a few months ago, someone donated asking me to do a war cry, and me and my friends all mimicked the victory speech from SpongeBob. People have since educated me that this type of war cry was offensive, and that it's appropriating Native American culture. I had no intention of offending anyone, and before I was educated, I had never known that doing this type of war cry was offensive. Initially, I responded very poorly, tweeting saying that it was just SpongeBob and to screw off. I very quickly deleted my tweets. I realized that I responded very poorly and that I had to make a more proper response. So I live streamed, I apologized for it, and I explained my perspective. Since then, I've been educated. I've also become much more in touch with the Native American side of my family, and I really think the experience turned out much better for myself and overall made me a better person. I shouldn't have been so quick to defend my actions, and I've been careful not to do the same mistake since. There's actually something I didn't tell you. That's Dream's second response to the drama. Let's look at his first response and what I think is much more authentic and based.
Native Americans don't own screaming while flicking your tongue around. Of course war is offensive. People die. Saying Viva la resistance is I'm sure offensive to French people. Plus, I literally have Native American in my blood. If you are offended, fuck off. Literally could care less. It's not offensive, don't be a baby. Get off my account if you want to critique people having fun in a block game. It's not education. War cries are across every race, sexual orientation, and creed. SpongeBob isn't any less offensive. Sometimes people need to recognize that not everything they see on the internet is true. Educate yourselves.
Now let's compare both of these apologies. The second one isn't really an apology, it's kind of just telling his fans to fuck off, which is what he should have done, and what a lot of YouTubers do when their fans are being alright? I said it, I used a gamer word, not that gamer word, not PewDiePie's word. I used a gamer word.
What a fucking...
Despite this, Dream folded as I showed you in the first apology, where he kind of just bowed down to his 12-year-old fans and just held his hands up and is like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And ever since the Native American war cry, like, drama, I've never seen him do this ever again, where he's kind of stood up for himself, except in these allegations we're about to get into right now. The first set of allegations, to my knowledge, that really took off were by a Twitter user known as OxyClean. She started a thread the day after Dream's face reveal blew up, alleging that she had an inappropriate relationship with Dream when she was underage. Because of the timeline, this would mean that this relationship happened 2 years ago when she was 17 and he was around 20 years old. She does prove, without a doubt, that they were in contact at the time and did show cringy flirting from both of them. Now, do I think a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old flirting on iMessage is weird? Yeah, I do. I think it's especially freaky seeing as Dream's a famous Minecraft YouTuber and she's a fan. I think it's very strange. Dream is a certified weirdo for that. But do I think it's EDP levels of fucked up like everyone on Twitter is making it out to be? No, I just don't. And I think, like I said, it's weird, but it's not that much different from like seniors that would date sophomores in my high school. Everyone looked at them like, yeah, you're weird. You need to stay in your lane. But no one was being like, you're a pedophile. You're a goomer.
Sticking out your cock for the dreamer. He's so pedo. You're a minor.
Shout out Gumball for that absolute fire banger song right there. Getting back to OxyClean, I do think that it is weird, but I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making it out to be. But that's just my opinion on this. You can leave yours in the comments down below. That's the whole point of the comment section. We can talk about this civilly, even though I doubt that's what's going to happen. But nonetheless, let's continue. OxyClean's account of the story is kind of hard to take as 100% truthful and unbiased because she did a lot of weird things when her first post started to get popular. For example, she helped spread a lot of unsubstantiated rumors that Dream might have done this to 13 and 15-year-olds, which is crazy and career ending if true. But in reality, it just really muddies the water on her allegations. It makes her seem like a malicious hater. I'm open to my mind being changed about her, though, in the future if more information is revealed, but at the time of recording this, it just seems weird to me, and it's been a very long time since this allegation has come out. Enough on this, though. Let's move on to the second accuser. The second set of allegations against Dream were taken even more seriously and were posted by a Twitter user known as Amanda. On September 23rd, 2020, she messaged Dream privately on Twitter, stating how much she liked his videos. He responded in kind with a friendly thank you. Then on January 17th, 2022, they moved the conversation to Snapchat, and she alleges that he sent her unsolicited dick pics and a video of him nutting. She then says they sexted for over a month, and that in August, she informed him that she would be going to Orlando, which is where Dream lives, and she alleges that he suggested they should hook up. They made plans to hook up, and Dream allegedly said he was going to use his chest full of sex toys. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be insensitive there. It's just I was imagining a chest full of ender rods. Now that I've talked about the two most serious accusers, let's look at Dream's response to these two in a twit longer he made regarding the situation, because I think it's fair to cover his response as well, because a lot of people are just kind of showing clips out of context and not really what he meant when regarding this on like other videos I've watched. The first part I'm going to read off is Dream's response to OxyClean in particular. I'm sorry for the late post and reply. I know it's been overwhelming and that the uncertainty is horrible in situations like this. I've been in a ton of scheduled meetings for the first time in my life this week and have had so little time to check the internet that I actually excused myself to use the bathroom during a meeting to check what was happening online. But I'm trying to write this post before my fight to get truthful information out there. I'm going to be extremely specific and straightforward as it's a sensitive topic that I'm taking seriously and clarify on what's true and what isn't. The best thing I can do and what I want to do is always be 100% transparent when it comes to something as important as this. Yesterday, a thread was posted that had screenshots of Twitter DMs from me from 2020. I believe these DMs are real. In these DMs, there are no inappropriate comments whatsoever. It was just a friendly conversation. In these screenshots, them being 18 years old is mentioned in their bio. And I also very clearly asked them for their age. I did not act inappropriately with this person, and any attempt to equate these messages to grooming is not only disgusting, but it's insulting to victims who actually experienced grooming and still have trauma as a result. Part of this thread includes cringy flirt text messages. Again, they were 18 that were supposedly from me because it says that it is and from their contacts when they go to my TikTok. This is impossible since I use a Google Voice number on my TikTok account, which does not have the ability to iMessage. The other information is false, and this has unfortunately blown up into something it simply isn't. Regardless, she was 18 and had 18 publicly available in her Twitter bio. Now, something weird about this is that Dream says that she was 18 and had publicly available in her bio that she was 18, but if you look back at the messages between the two of them, she clearly says that she was 17, turning 18 soon. But also, I guess Dream did say that some of the messages could be fake, and he was alluding to that fact with the iMessage thing. So I don't really know who to believe in this scenario. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of leaning towards OxyClean because I don't know why Dream would not address that at all. Okay, now we're moving on to the second part of the TwitLonger Dream made where he's addressing Amanda directly. The second thread that had Instagram DMs from me, again, having friendly, normal conversations and nothing inappropriate. I believe these messages are real as well. Once again, she was 18 years old. She says she was 18 years old and even had a boyfriend while she was friendly with me. This being warped into me being a groomer and the fact that she is and was 18 is scary and sad, and a huge reason as to why it's so hard to interact one-on-one with anybody online as a creator, especially people from within your communities. I did not engage inappropriately with her, and anything saying otherwise is completely false. As far as I've seen, she was involved with leaked twit, so was the first poster's boyfriend, which seems to be a trend in situations like these. But it's mostly been contained to their side of the internet other than during big moments like the face reveal or major streams/events. Having such a deep obsession towards someone to look deeply into their family, friends, and personal life, or making up relationships or friendships in your head is one of the biggest reasons parasocial relationships can become so dangerous. It's one of the reasons why creators need to be as responsible as they can be and careful when they interact with anybody. I've always done my absolute best to make sure that no one is ever uncomfortable with the way I treat them, publicly or privately, and make an effort to make amends if I ever do something that someone doesn't like. I've also made sure to have someone else have access to my public Snapchat, and in 2020, had them completely run the account while sending me art and cool messages before discontinuing it for a while. As for why I think this is happening now, I recently made the decision to not use my old Snapchat and to make a new Snapchat that I only have the people that I'm actually friends with and actively talk to on. And this seems to have potentially struck a chord with people that I casually talked with for not talking with them anymore. One of the reasons I made this decision is because someone I knew when I was first making content completely lied about how close we were and used friendly DMs to tie into their unhealthy fantasies. I've almost completely stopped replying to DMs from fans, random people, and old friends due to situations like this and out of fear from stuff that has happened in the past to my friends and those close to me. My team has had access to my social media accounts from as long as I could remember in an effort to always stay on the side of caution given the size of my platform and inevitable falsely spread situations like this. This has all become so much more real and scary now that my face is out there for people to see, and I needed to address this all. I will also, based on your advice, pursue legal action towards people using my name to spread disinformation or those that are misrepresenting facts, lying, faking things, or falsely abusing my name and image. My heart goes out to all the actual victims of pedophilia and grooming, and again, I'm extremely sorry that it took as long as it did for me to reply. I wanted to make sure I included everything. This is all the information I have, but like past situations involving me, I know people are going to run with whatever fits the narrative best. If this isn't enough, at least we're all on the same level of knowing. I hope everyone gets some rest and tries to step back from everything, as it can be super overwhelming. That is definitely what I need to do, and I need to sleep for the first time in 10 days. It was amazing meeting so many of you at TwitchCon, and I'm trying my best to stay positive. You may have noticed that everything I've covered so far is about a year old at this point, and you might be wondering why. It's because despite these allegations spreading from a small vocal part on Twitter, they continually resurface anytime Dream is going through controversy. And if you've been following Dream recently, that's about once a month. Hence, these allegations have refused to fade away, as Dream was hoping. He's tried combating them with TwitLongers and trying to argue with people on Twitter for some reason, which is just never a good idea. But the point I'm trying to get at right now is that everyone needs to take a step back from this drama, because the only people that know anything for facts are Dream and the people that are accusing him, and they're not really sharing too much information with us right now. Dream's working on his very anticipated response video, and I'll probably make an update video when that happens. Other than that, I probably won't talk about this again anytime soon, unless you guys want me to talk about Dream versus Gumball Watterson. That's a lot more lighthearted, and I'd probably enjoy that. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.